guess what? The Spirit of God teaches you how to become a hardcore soldier for His kingdom and for His glory. When you walk with the Lord in the light of His word, while our glory He sheds on your way, while we do His good will, He abides with us still, and with all who will trust and obey. Trust and obey, for there's no other way to be happy in Jesus but to trust and obey. Okay, students, it's Bible time. I am Brother David. I have come to give you Bible lessons. But you and I know that most people don't like Bible lessons much as Bible time. They would rather have sin time and do your own thing, baby. Well, in the kingdom that I belong to, there's only one way, and that's the Jesus way. I am one of them old Jesus people back in the 1970s, them old hippie Christians. Even though I don't have my hair anymore, but I still have God. And I have come here to Marshall University to let you know I'm running down. You need to get your life right, get your heart right, get your mind right. And there used to be an old saying back in the 60s, or the hippies that is, that they would say, tune in, drop out, and be a rebel against society. Well, I feel that way in some sense of the word. I felt like tuning into God, dropping out of sin, and becoming a rebel against the devil. Instead of being a rebel against everything else, just be a rebel against the devil. I found out a lot of things about Marshall University over the years. Some of it good, sad to say, some of them not so good. Everywhere I venture to campuses, I found out that people are usually the same. They have the same attitude, same heart, same mixed up mind. I used to think college students were smart until I ventured on campus and found out how dumb they actually were. I thought they dressed real well until I thought I was in a bunch of street people. I mean, I was a kid, I was told like places like Harvard and Yale and Dartmouth and Princeton, they had a nice attitude, wore a certain type of clothes, had to be a certain type of person to be a college student. But now you can be a dog and be a college student. You can believe anything in the world to be a college student, including the devil. You live any way you want to, do anything you want to, and still be a college student. You know, the Bible mentions about college students. The Bible says you're always learning, you're always studying, you're always seeking. But for some strange reason, you have a hard time coming to the knowledge of the truth. And the knowledge of the truth is nobody but Jesus Christ Himself. He is the truth. And that's where I come in, to tell you about the man named Jesus.
Excuse me, sir. I'm trying to study over here.
Go ahead.
And it's really kind of hard to do that when you're preaching this.
Yeah.
If you can just kind of preach it to right around here, but not screaming.
I'm not screaming, I'm
This
just
is our
talking.
campus to study on, though. I'm trying to read.
You do that at a football game?
I don't go to football games.
Okay.
I mean, it's fine if you want to do it right here and get your word across, but not where I can hear it all the way over there. That's his voice.
That's just my natural voice.
Well, talking like that, I'm not going to hear you all the way. I'm sitting at that small table over there.
Yeah, but I'm not preaching talking right now. I'm just talking to you.
Trust in Jesus and live.
You see, you students always make that excuse. I'm trying to think. No, you're not. Because when it comes to God, you want to block him off and put conditions on him. And say, okay, God, leave me alone. I ain't got no time for you right now. Let's see when death comes stalking down your pathway. See what happens. Death comes to all of us. Every one of us is heading that road. And one day we're going to meet a man named Jesus. And when you meet him, he's going to say, welcome or go away. Now, most students don't care what he says. Welcome or go away or get lost or leave me alone. Did you know the last bastion of freedom we have in America is college universities? They're trying to make it so hard that even if you mention Jesus publicly, that you are becoming an enemy, or what they used to call many generations ago, enemy of the state. That sounds very much like communism. And communist slogan, if you spoke anything contrary to communism, you were an enemy. And when it came to Christianity, Christianity brings confrontation. It always has, it always will. Because people don't want to admit that there's only one God, there's only one way, there's only one truth, there's only one life to live, and that life is in Jesus Christ. Now, y'all say that I'm screaming. Now, this is my natural voice. I'm trying to cut it down to where it won't be so loud, but it's my natural voice. See, I have a natural voice because I never drank Miller Low Life, or Bud Dharma, or smoked a crack, or messy drugs, or act like a fool. Never went that pathway, don't want to go that pathway. There's nothing amiss in that pathway. However, I have taken other pathways ain't so hot. But back in the hippie generation, that was most of the pathways for the hippies. They always got drunk, got high. Of course, they got laid. Understand, religion of hippiedom is sex. They had sex if everybody came near them. And did you know, in the college world today, their religion is sex? Why, if you're a college student and you ain't never had no sex, then they think something wrong with your head. Well, I got news for you. If you're not married, you need to leave that taboo alone. Because that's for husbands and wives and no one else. Not for lovers. There's no such thing as lovers in the eyes of God. God don't see lovers in that aspect. God sees whores and whoremongers. The only way you can love is when you're married and you have the spouse. That's different. Just like being married to Jesus Christ. When you're a Christian, you're married to Jesus. You're not married to religion. You're not married to a creed. You're married to Jesus. And Jesus becomes your boss. He becomes everything that you could ever want or need in your whole life. But don't use Jesus like most people use Jesus today. They use Jesus like he's a puppet on the string. But they don't show no love back to Jesus. They don't give no commitment to Jesus. They tell Jesus what they're going to do and don't care what Jesus said.